Off-Grid Prosperity said, hope you're doing good. Peace and wisdom. Please don't take offense, but y'all look kind of negative. I don't be understanding that. You said, I hope you're doing good. I don't know that part, the hope. What does that mean? When y'all speak in today times, it's quite offensive, but I don't think y'all realize that. That's negative in a sense. I hope you're doing good. Said nothing was wrong. Who said something was wrong with me? I suppose to you all it's me. This is fine, I don't mind. But just try to be a little more positive when you come in here. I truly don't understand y'all language. When you say I hope you're doing okay or good, the hope part is what makes a wise man's mind go into, what do you mean by that? You can tell me at any moment. I live life for clarity. Was I doing better? I believe we lost in the convo. Peace and wisdom. See, in my mind, if someone was sick or something happened to them, and I haven't seen them since then I'd be like, I hope you're doing okay. You get my point? This is like something you would say to someone in that term. I'ma just assume you meant nothing by it. It's just how y'all communicate. He said you need a windsock. Windsock's not gonna stop these champ. I'm right on the river's edge, so it's always gonna be, you know. The winds is like the waves, like all over the place. And so if you still hear of off-grid prosperity, please explain that to me if you don't mind. I think y'all think I be being sarcastic. I be trying to see where in y'all mind. I'm not sure. Peace and wisdom. But don't take offense. Never get too lost into receiving where you can't put, you know, where you can't, you know, give. But that's not the words I'm looking for. Never get too lost in input where you lose your output. the windows down because I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. It's 700 degrees today, so I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure if I have good service or if you guys can hear me or not, so you have to say something. Retarded crowd. Peace and wisdom, divinity, Vinny. Thank you for the response. I'm not sure what the yes is to though. Can y'all hear me? Oh, y'all can hear me. The wind is not too bad. That's why I'm sitting here like this. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I don't want to waste my time doing the video when you guys can't hear me. There's a video I have, or maybe even a few, but there's one that I heard, and it was so windy I couldn't hear anything I said, and so I don't want to do another one of those. Okay, y'all can hear me. It's a deep thing. Y'all clocking wind, rain, sleet, snow. Huh. I'm deciding for myself if I want to do the video now or whenever I go inside. I'm reading you guys' comments. If y'all have any questions about something, y'all can ask in the meanwhile while I think. Is the view clear? Indeed, of course. The speaking cloth is for a certain audience. You are part of it, but the speaking cloth is sacred. think of an indecisive mind. It's a deep thing. I am Fade the Zilla going. He said, brother, you feel that was me? I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say, do I feel that was you? Y'all speak as if y'all have done something to me. Well, if you someone out there and you feel like you've done me wrong, I don't know about it. Whatever you did, it didn't do anything. So you're fine. Some of y'all, I be thinking y'all crazy. I know the laws of attraction of opposites. So I fully understand I'm really wise, and so this is going to attract pinnacles of the opposite. Alright? But I don't understand, like, Amaranthine Metanoia said, how can I become a wise servant? First, you would have to email me so I can send you some paperwork. It's not a wise servant, but you're becoming a you. Meaning you will be known as a Jewish. Peace and wisdom, DG, from LA. I gotta get out to Cali one day, man. Swear I'ma deck one of y'all. I'ma deck one of y'all and run back to New York. Hey, tough nigga. Find a tough gangbanger and deck it. One second, y'all. I want to preach, even though preaching isn't what I do. But I can't get, the wind is kind of disturbing me. question, but the wind is beating me up. Meaning, however strong the wind sounds to you guys, it's way stronger than that. Divinity Vinny said that I said I am going to get the egg, and she said she is too. Yeah, you have the wrong perspective. I have one question for all the elders out there, 50s and up. Why do old men dance so sexy? Like, I don't know how to say it. It's a little spicy the way they dance. I don't understand. Brother said I want to team up with you soon. Peace and wisdom. Why solace don't move with teams? You can be my sidekick. You can be my assistant. Team up, huh? We? I don't know no we's, blood. You got a vagina? Team up with women. You got me fucked up. No, I'm just playing. I was just kidding. I mean, I just kid, baby. I'm a little bit retarded. I'm just playing, champ. You can be my cameraman. You know, hold me down on the camera angles. Make sure they hear who's there. Fadezilla, you sound a little crazy. Just a little bit. I'm on that vampire in Brooklyn shit. I pull up. With the finger waves. I pull up with the finger waves in the perm, baby. Woo! I know y'all not really wise because y'all don't have no fun. Y'all are like sitting around talking dumb shit all day. Wise men talk stupid. Wise men do like I do. They blend in with the, the baboons of Babylon. This is how you blend in Babylon. First you get tight. Let me show y'all. First you get some extra tight pants. Big shoes. Big ass shoes. Tight shirt. No, get a big baggy shirt. Y'all like backwards in the brain. Tight jeans, baggy shirt. Big shoes. This is how you blend it in Babylon. like I said, I want to do this deep content, but I know I'm not that clear. It's pretty windy. I'm going indoors soon, but I'm trying to enjoy this sun, this nice breeze. Like I said, it's 1700 degrees in New York City today, but it's always good, fresh, organic air conditioner near the river's edge. I am Fadezilla going due said, I know you have deep ancient wisdom. I am the one chosen by the elders. Yeah, brother, the way you're speaking like a weirdo. A lot of y'all think wisdom is some weirdo thing where you get strange clothes, you start speaking like I was sent by the... I don't got time for that. I'm real, my wisdom real. My hands are real. Everything with me is for real. If you not for real, and you know in your heart, like, you not for real, stop. Please stop. I'm not a kid that woke up one day and said, I'm wise. This is years in development. I just look young. So it's a deep thing. I'm not trying to insult you. If you young, take your time. You don't have to rush, through wisdom. You get it? You don't want to weird yourself out. Wisdom can do that. I see many people become weirded out. They get into wisdom. They become a whole new character. If you know me from my past, meaning if you're someone that knows me, there's a part of me where you're like, no, he's still the same way. That's what wisdom is. When a person is developed, meaning they don't lose themselves, they just become more. I didn't lose who I was. The wisdom is just added on. I can still tap into my old frequency and joke and bug out with y'all, say stupid, dumb shit. You get it? I'm not disconnected from every aspect of myself. Nothing was given away. It's just the developing of everything. And so, of course, when you're young, you're goofy and playful and silly, and you should never lose that. You should gain maturity in things like this. We look at it as a transcending. You go from silly to mature. No. Maturity is something you should gain in your upper years, but when you gain this maturity, you shouldn't lose your silly nature. That's all you got. He said, I'm ancient. Indeed, champ. Peace and wisdom. Peace and wisdom, reindeer. Yeah, you know I'm the truth, man. You gotta be the truth, in this life. Otherwise, the life gonna make you its truth. And that's something else. And so I am Fadezilla going... I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Take your time with the wisdom, champ. You sound a little bit disturbed. Hopefully I'm not... Hopefully I'm not disturbing you. This is how trolls are created. This is how you guys... pack on to that narrative that I mean and all this weird, strange things. And he said I'm ancient. Rightful hitter. Yep. What's up, champ? Y'all know me. I'm real. When I say real, I don't mean like tough or this or that. I mean real, like I'm real to myself. I'm not gonna play with you like I be knowing what y'all talking about. We in them times where, y'all politically correct to death. It almost drives a regular person crazy. Just speak. Sometimes people just want to see you be real. Like, they want you to be like, yeah, I don't know what you talking about. They don't either. That's why they like, I hope you just be real and just be like, man, shut up. Man, shut the hell up. I'm just playing. I am Fade the Zilla Go and Do said, I don't watch anyone. I haven't seen you in like 6 years. Peace and wisdom, champ. I haven't been here for 6 years. And I'm not sure what that has to do with wisdom. He said, but I respect you. Your respecting me is not even your choice. Please don't take offense, but I want you to grasp something deep from a true wise man, someone that's just true all around the board. And you take this jewel with you. You don't have any choice in the matter whether you respect me or not. You gon' respect me. Respect is personal. Meaning right now you could go say anything you want about me behind my back. But we speak in real respect. And so when you say I respect you, I respect that you do respect me. It makes everything easy. But had you didn't, it wouldn't matter. Because, like I said, it ain't your choice. If you were somebody else, so it'd be the same response. It ain't your choice if you have respect for me, but you going to respect me when you in my presence, anybody. And I'ma respect you as well. Salam, shalom. He said, I want respect, so I give it. Respect is not a word. It's action. And so, kind of grasp, champ. When you speaking to certain men, you got different kind of men in life. You get it? And so you have to learn the different kinds of men, just like you have different kinds of women. And so when you dealing with certain kind of men and they're seasoned and they've been through all types of aspects and experiences in life, you have to watch your words. Things like that. When you say, like, I respect you. So when you're dealing with a real man, this is not even up for debate. You get it? This is never a discussion if you respect me or not. You going to. You get my point? I don't want you to take it out of text where you feel like I'm trying to play you. I'm not trying to play you. What you said is kind of playing me. It's like to say you have a choice in the matter. And you don't. And that's on a grown man level. Meaning, if you were disrespectful, I would remove myself from you. But in no way would you ever have the option to disrespect. You could only have respect for me. There's nothing else. And so carry that with yourself, brother. Peace and wisdom. It's not about you waiting for people to respect you, but they gonna respect you. Period. He said, I speak of heavenly things that men still don't understand. Brother, you haven't spoken on anything about anything. You just keep saying stuff. And so it's a deep thing. I appreciate you stopping by. I enjoy good conversation. I don't want you to get, discouraged. But you're like a child speaking strange things. I am Fade Zilla said, you refused me. Peace and wisdom. I could do worse than refuse you. I could kill you. Take your existence. This is the pinnacles of what I could do to you. There's so much more things in between this. Between refusing you, freeing your ghost from your vessel, right? Now, don't get lost on what I'm saying. I want you to realize this. A man refusing you is not doing anything to you. You're not gay. Start there, young man. You're not gay, so you never say that to a man. You refused me. A man cannot refuse you. That's for one. For two, you don't know nobody online. You get my point? And so I've never refused you. I've never seen you. And And so you have to keep your mind in alliance with things. A lot of y'all born into the online times. And so your brain is like online, meaning online is all over the place. And so your mind's like that. And this is all right, but you just have to grasp, champ. He said, I asked you to team up. That's what I'm saying, champ. You speaking like you call the shot. So you said I asked you to team up. You can't ask me anything. You can't inquire anything of me unless I know you a man. And another man can't just come and do you any old kind of way he want. I'm aware there are men in life that's gonna be stronger than you, and so you get it. But this has nothing to do with men. You get it? Men just coming and doing anything. You get it? You got to be a man of a certain cloth. Oh, you not a man. Oh, well then forget everything I said. What you do is send me your picture. If you're cute, I'm just playing. Baby, my lady. Nah, I'm sorry. If you're not a man, I apologize. I thought you were a man. Men are strange in today's times. I like to take a time out, and give the young men jewels every now and then when I can. And so I thought you were a boy. But you're a woman, so send me your picture. Let's start there. Does your looks have to do with anything? Of course not. But it does have to do with if I'm gonna call your ass back. And I'm just playing. I didn't mean it. I wasn't. I didn't. Who? Me? No. I'm sorry, love. I'm just playing. I ain't mean shit by it. I'm just joking around. Like I said, you can be my assistant. You can be like my sidekick. Sometimes I forget words, like I lose my train of thought. He said, I'm not a woman, it's still a man. Yeah, you about to get blocked, freaky weirdo. I ain't got time for the transsexual shit, champ. You better decide what you is, man. This shit about to go left. Now you're getting crazy. You're talking about I'm not a woman, it's still a man. The fuck is you up? I don't know what kind of ma'am sir shit you got going on, blood, but you better slide on out of here with that. Said you confused yourself. No, ma'am sir, I'm not. You got that shit all wrong. Listen here, bro, sis. I don't got time for the games, blood. He, she. Listen here, bro, sis. I ain't with the weird shit. Got to call people into daytimes both. Sir, ma'am. Brosis. Listen, brosis. Get it together. You wear panties or briefs. You wear socks or stockings. He said, you don't know your own story. Y'all be killing me when y'all be saying, you don't know. First, you gotta know me to know what I know. So it's just common sense. But, like I said, thanks for stopping by. You're helping the content a little bit. I suppose I owe you $3-4. say he want to team up with me. He think we a pair of shoes. Listen here, bro, sis. Mm-mm. Sir, ma'am, I was born alone. No way. I don't know what you talking about, man. But get it together. Leave it alone. Something. I don't know. Something. One or the other. He said the Anu people. You don't know what you talking about, champ. Y'all are like, I ain't gonna say y'all, but some of y'all are half retarded. Y'all do no scholarship. Y'all think learning from YouTube is wisdom. Everything you just said comes from a text, but I guarantee you do not know where the Anu people is. What text speaks on the Anu people? I bet you he don't know. He gonna run to Google. Watch how long it take him to answer, so y'all know he went to Google. Now y'all see how fast he was commenting prior to the question, but look how long it takes him to write the answer. Again, the question was simple. What text writes about the Anu people? What text did the Anu people or Anunnaki come from? Now again, look how long he's taking the comment, but prior to the question, he was commenting back to back like he was a automatic rifle, AK-47 style. But now, Cat got his tongue. And you know why that is? Because he ain't found the answer on Google yet. He ain't get back yet. And so if you've never read the Sumerian text, miss me with the fake smart talk. Wisdom doesn't boil down to names and titles of things, but it boils down to an understanding. This is why different cultures have different words for the same thing. Dog in Puerto Rican tongue is different than in English, but you get my point? It's not about the word, it's the understanding. Still ain't answered the question. Peace and wisdom, Tiffany Yellow. I was just sitting on here talking to a fake smart person again. I love those types. They're like really weird. Mo said, what keeps you going? I'm not sure what you mean by what keeps me going in terms of what? In terms of living? In terms of teaching? If you're asking in terms of teaching, I make more money teaching than I would working a 9-to-5 job like y'all. If that's what you asking, that's why. Teaching's what I do, and I make more off it than doing something I wouldn't want to do. And so that's kind of a no-brainer, right? To do. What's a good paying job? $30 an hour, $40 an hour? So all I have to do is pass that quota. So y'all make sure y'all give back, you hear? Otherwise I quit. Fuck y'all, don't talk to me no more. That's that. That's that. Damn, the wind not never gonna stop. Rifle Hitter said, sell some dope. You can make 105 minutes. Yeah, I already got the, I already got the bigger, I already got the packages, We already got that sold up. That's a no-brainer, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, baby? Bricks will get whacked down in the big apes, my nigga. I don't know what they told you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, nah, I'm just playing. I kid. There's no bricks getting broken down in the big apes over here. Life is not about making all the money you can make. Life is about living and having money. I'm gonna say it one more time. Might have went over some of y'all head. Life is not about making all the money you can make, but it's about living life and having money. Otherwise, there's things I can do that might can make me more than selling drugs, meaning that will never stop. You said sell some dope, you can make a hundred times more than that in 5 minutes. Meaning, if I sell drugs according to you, I can make more money than a person making $30, $40 an hour. There's a prostitute that sells her vagina, she makes more than the drug dealer. So then you should say that, like Solace, you should sell your butt. And then you get my point? Meaning, according to your logic, who knows where I'll end up? Because it's all about making 100 times more than. And so again, life is not about making all the money in the world that you can make, but it's about living your life. When I say living your life, I mean living your life that you enjoy and doing what you enjoy and making money off it where you have money. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but y'all life is making money. Some of y'all don't make any. And so do you get the point I'm making? Making money is work. Life is playing. And so if the thoughts is just to make all the money in the world, when does one get to play and enjoy the fruits of the labor? I apologize. I suppose Rifle Hitter sells heroin. This is why he's promoting the wise one to drop keys in the water. Now, I'm older, champ. I've been there, done that. And so life is not about moving backwards. Life is about becoming settled. Come to a place where you don't have to chase money. And so that's what you witness with good old Seer. Meaning when I'm sitting out here by the riverside relaxing, smoking good herbals, designers on the foot, they got dust on them and all that. So you just witnessing the man who ain't got to chase no money, he just relaxing. Like an old man should, you know? I mean, do you want to be 40 years old chasing bags looking stupid? Or do you want to be 40 sitting by some riverside, chilling, drinking lemonade, smoking some good herbs? Smoking some good herbals. Which one? I suppose if you don't live, you know, a good life when you're young, so you're going to say the young one. But if you've lived your life, well, grasp. Mo said I kicked weed, it was slowing me down. This is good. Be aware, anything, you know, causing drag in your growth and progress, other side. There's a deep science that you guys don't know about. Of course, you guys, well, y'all don't know, but like I said, I have a deep understanding, a deep wisdom on how to kick any habit that you may have. But this wisdom and this understanding goes good. I'm sorry, this wisdom and this understanding goes deep. Meaning, you guys could indulge into anything that y'all want, not becoming addicted to it. I want to be clear on that. When you first started life, so you had no understanding, things you came into contact with, beer, cigarettes, weed, heavier drugs, whatever the case may be. You adopted these things before you had any wisdom or understanding in life, and so of course you fell into the addiction. Now, addiction is deeper than most people can grasp, and so addiction is the feeling. If a person's addicted to marijuana and they don't have any marijuana and they need some, the feeling, you get my point? If a person's addicted to alcohol and they are not able to get a drink, that feeling is the addiction. Meaning doing the substance, none of this is addiction, none of this has anything to do with anything with addiction, but addiction is that urge. And so that's why I keep saying that. You only feel that urge when you don't have the thing within the presence. So let's say you smoke cigarettes. You have a pack of cigarettes with you right now. You have no urge or addiction. Yes, you say, I'm addicted to cigarettes. But in this moment, you have no addiction. The addiction is when the cigarettes are removed from you. And I say you can't have any. That feeling, I'm not sure. I keep saying that so y'all can bring yourself to that place. You say, oh yeah, that feeling when I don't have it and I get aggravated, and you get it? That feeling is the urge. That one thing right there is the addiction. And so the addiction has to be attacked there. Most people attack addiction at the product. You get it? You say, I'm addicted to this product or this substance. I have to stop using. You get it? They don't start with the source of what the addiction is, which is that feeling that is felt when one doesn't have it. And so, if that feeling is removed, a person can do any drug they want, never becoming addicted. Meaning, the addiction's in the repetition. The doing it every day, all day, but in the removing of what I just said. So, think back when you first started indulging into a substance, whatever it may be. You did it a lot of times, but you weren't addicted. You may have just did it on the weekends. You just smoked weed on the weekends. You just drank on the weekends. Then it became maybe one time a day after work. You get my point? When you were just doing it during the weekends, you weren't addicted to the thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been doing it just on the weekends. That's a control. You get my point? If you're just having a drink every day after work, and I don't mean the whole bottle, but just one drink, that's a control. Technically, you're not addicted. That's not to say you're not about to be, but you get my point? You're developing it. And so, I mean, in that way, you can get back to your beginnings when you indulged in things but weren't addicted to them. And staying on that frequency. The point I'm making is y'all are supposed to enjoy life, try things in life. Drinking isn't bad. It's bad because a person becomes addicted and then they do it all the time. Next thing you know, they got liver, you get it? Liver cancer and so on and so forth. But to just have a drink every now and then, so this truly is nothing. This is no different than a man going to the park and shooting hoops, or someone going and getting into them some nookie. You get my point? All there is here to do is stuff. All you're supposed to be doing is a bunch of stuff, but not becoming bounded to them, because when that happens, you become blocked off to all the other things you're supposed to be experiencing and enjoying. Meaning when a person is on a certain drug, they block off everything else. Everything becomes that drug. You get it? If you smoke marijuana and you're a rapper, so you can't write rhymes unless you got your bud. You get it? Everything becomes that, in that every aspect of the life gets blocked off. And so you get my point? Life is about you experiencing and enjoying things, but not getting attached and addicted and bound to them, to where you become a slave and you have that nasty urge or that feeling, that I called addiction. I'm not sure if I'm clear. My service keeps cutting in and out. Maybe you guys can let me know. But the science of quitting addiction, why Solace teachings of it, it goes deep. All of you need to take a time out and learn it. Because there's many things one can become addicted to. Peace and wisdom, Tiffany Ella. Okay, I was clear all this time. I was wondering. If y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. I'm gonna be starting my true you and conscious cleansing teachings, conscious cleansing practice. This is, the breathing exercises, the stretching exercises, correlating with your angles though. Meaning I do breathing exercises according to 90-degree angles and 45-degree angles. When I stretch or do my yoga, my workout, it's along the lines of 90-degree angles and 45-degree angles. This is your triangulum, your building blocks of life. And so I'm going to be breaking these things down as well as doing them so you guys can see. Like I said, I'm going to be starting my True You teachings. Of course, along with this, you have your conscious cleansing practice. This is the practice to help you cleanse out, your mind space. Of course, we clean our bodies, physical bodies, but not our spirit, this being our emotional state, nor do we clean out our mind. And so conscious cleansing practice has to do with that. Like I said, there's stretching and breathing exercises that I do, as well as other calisthenics. But everything's along the guidelines of 90 degrees. And so it works wonders, meaning your body breaks down into 90-degree. What's the word I'm looking for? Let me give y'all an example. Look at every aspect of your body, it breaks down into 90-degree and 45-degree angles. Some of you guys may not know angles, and so this is what I mean. This is the teachings. I'd have to explain angles to you. Just 90 degrees and 45 degrees, and then how this correlates with your body. This is down from your toes all the way up. Your body is broken down into 90-degree angles, meaning the bend. I keep saying the breakdown. When I say the breakdown of your body, I'm speaking of the bends. Every place there's a bend, a joint, it goes to 90 degree. Meaning, look at my arm, my hand. My wrist cannot go past, you get it? The body breaks down to 90-degree angles. It's deep. I'm not sure. Like I said, the practice is powerful. A lot of this stuff I just do. I don't. Like I said, it's for those that decide to become a true you. This is the YHW thing. YHWH. And so the conscious cleansing practice, the yoga, the breathing, this is all done within 90-degree angles, helping to release, the toxics within the body, whether it be, on a level of the airs, like burp, fart, those kind of toxics, because that's what's happening when you burp and fart. Toxics on an air level of self is being released. Of course, y'all spit, tears. This is like your substance levels of life within self being cleansed out or pushed out of self, because it's toxic. Salty waters, which this is what tears are. This is not healthy. So the body removes it. Then, of course, you have your physical solids like feces. Sometimes y'all will get a kidney stone removed, whatever the case may be. But you have different layers of the self. The air parts of self, the substance parts of self, as well as the physical parts of self. And so, like I said, I'm about to start just doing my teachings, the True You teachings, the conscious cleansing practice. This is where, you learn your breathing, your stretching, the cleansing of, the inner body. Understanding what God truly is and how God is within self, and you are that manifestation of this God, meaning you are the physical manifestation of this God. And so it's your place to be a representative of this God, not an opposer. And so it's about being good in your nature, good in your way, you know, balanced, fair, honest. Everything you can think of that you would associate with God, whatever this God may be that you follow. Of course, in the True You teachings, you will know who God is personally, as I meaning I have a personal relationship with God. This is why I'm able to explain it to you guys so well. When I'm explaining it, if you're new, I didn't say anything in regards to God in this video, but I explain God using the mind, the unconscious, and the awareness. And so this is as close as you're gonna get to God physically. And so if any of you guys are like the good brother, I don't want to miss your name. The good brother that said, how do I become a wise servant? Well, you have to learn the teachings. Do the practices of the teachings. Therefore, you can perfect the self, perfect the mind. If not the self, at least the mind. And then do the same for others. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up as well. There's deep knowledge all scattered throughout this video. I'm sure if you listen through, you'll notice that. You can also visit wiseservant.org if you want to get this t-shirt. I also have lecture magazines up there. Has deep wisdom, deep knowledge in it. You can also order things like one-on-one consultation, one-on-one scholarship breakdown, many different things. And of course, if you want to give back, you can do so at cash.app/$ the real solace. Or you can visit paypal.me/solacesolari. Or just click the description arrow. All the links are below. Tiffany Ellis said, can you tell us about our melanated ancient ancestors in America? The melanated ancestors of America are your indigenous people of America. Most of you guys in today's times have no clue what indigenous is because you guys do not go to dictionaries, encyclopedias, things like that. Y'all go to YouTube. An indigenous person or an aboriginal person is not a Native American tribe, but it is the people before that stage of development. You have stages of development. Man goes from indigenous, which is basically butt naked running through the forest with their family. I'm sure you guys seen YouTube videos of indigenous people. This is like your Sentinel Islands people. They're like damn near naked. They're completely different than man, as we know man, civilized man. This is indigenous people. This is what would have been in the Americas prior to colonization. This is the ancestors. These melanated people come in yellow, red, black, and brown. Their skin tones. This is your melanin, meaning you have pheomelanin, eumelanin, and neuromelanin. Neuromelanin has to do with the brain. Eumelanin has to do with brown and black colors. Theomelanin has to do with like yellow and reddish colors. And so you have like red pinkish lips. This is the theomelanin in self. Meaning melanin is not just brown and black, but melanin is the color. All of them. Whether we speaking theomelanin or eumelanin. You get my point? And so the palms of your hand, this is pheomelanin. The other side, oh, look at that. The eumelanin, meaning the brown, the yellow. Y'all feet are like that. Y'all lips are like that. You get my point? Meaning this is the color of life or the colors of flesh tone. And so white people are lacking melanin, but they have it in like their hair, their eyes. Otherwise, their eyes wouldn't be black and brown. Their hair wouldn't be... I don't want to confuse you. Modern day white people are mixed and merged in with what you guys would call minority. And so there truly is no such thing as a white person anymore. But in the past, a white person would have been an albino. I'm not talking about an albinoid. This is like the black person that's an albino. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the beginnings of albinos. This is white with no pigment or no melanin. Meaning, your first white people of what y'all know of white people would have been albinos. Cone-headed. Think like Vikings. And they have the cone-shaped helmets. Their helmets were shaped like their head. So these are your early colonizers. If you go back to the beginnings, before you have like varieties of people, all you have is your indigenous aboriginal people. This is your black, browns, red, and yellow skin tones. And then you would have had these albinos. But these are not white people. These are your albinos. They're white, they're cone-headed, their hair is white, meaning they have no melanin. Everything is white, like snow. And so these are your beings that would have been mistaken as angelic because they look like snow, their eyelashes, everything. When they mix and merge in with indigenous people, these are your black, red, browns, and yellow skin tones. This is how you get the many different varieties of Caucasians because of the yellow skin tones as well as your reds. This is how you get like your blonde Nordics, your orange-haired Nordics. You get it? From your brown and your red skin tone indigenous people mixing and merging in with these albinos. And so, of course, the reproduced product or the reproduced product, you know, the descendant is going to look, you know, like more like a modern day white person where they have melanin, you know, in the hair, lightly in the skin tone. Their lips are red. You get it? They have melanin in them now. So, our ancestors start off as those indigenous aboriginal people. Of course, your colonizers come. This would be Christopher Columbus and them. Of course, they're not the source or the start of colonization, but they're just a developed country that merged out. And so Europe financed this merging out, meaning there's resources here that Europe can use. So Europe paid for the journey. In return, they get to control this place. And so America has the same flag as Britain for the most part, meaning it's under British rule. So When these colonizers start mixing and merging in with your indigenous people, this is when you start to get your native tribes. This is like Cherokee, Sioux, like that. Meaning this is the beginnings of the colonization. You go to tribes and villages, meaning the tribe name lives in its village. This is like a small city. And as time goes, this develops up to, a full city in nationality. And so Native American tribes is just the beginnings of nations and nationalities, Babylon. It's just the beginnings of building a Babylon. But before native tribes, so you have your indigenous aboriginal people. They know no tribal names. They know no nationalities. They know nothing of Babylon orders. They're pure. They have their own understanding, and it's good. And so these are your ancestors that y'all need to learn. I'm going to start teaching that as well. I came teaching Native American, and of course I was bringing y'all back to this point. But a lot of people jumped off. I don't want to say a lot of people jumped off this ship, but a lot of people just want to have, y'all want something to claim. Y'all don't understand the aboriginal and the indigenous people. And even though they didn't claim nationality and they're not viewed as civilized as we are, they are the pinnacles of civilization on another side of the screen. Meaning if you have a two-way mirror, so they are the pinnacles of wisdom on one side and we are the pinnacles of wisdom on another side. They view us as evil and demonic, and all of our sciences is sorcery to them. A lighter, anything you can think of, they view it as sorcery, but their understanding is more pure and more accurate. And so these are our ancestors. And so you guys need to pull away from claiming nationalities and tribes. If you're an indigenous teacher or you're someone who teaches a specific nationality like Hebrew Israelite or we are African, I'm not saying that people should walk away from you. I'm saying you should develop up the teachings, bringing them all the way back to the source of true understanding. Because it's not about nationalities and tribes. This is the beginnings of war and separation in the people. And so I'm sure y'all know the tribes were warring with one another. And so it's like I said, this is the beginnings of the sorcery that colonization is. Separating the people, putting them in different categories, and then of course they're going to see each other as different and begin to bicker and argue. And so this is what y'all are living now. And so it's about pulling away from that sorcery and grasping what I am saying. We are all U's. YHWH's are the You-ish people. And so y'all have to learn that. Do not get it mistaken with a Jew and a Jewish person. That is the alterings of an understanding. But all men who grasp the indigenous people are the chosen people spoken of in the Bible or any text you can think of. The indigenous people. The indigenous people, this is basically just to say first man. Before man start going through his transitions of becoming civilized. Going from tribal to someone with a nationality, a job, many different ideals. So indigenous man is just the beginnings of man, like to say first man. Adam is not the first man, but Adam is to say like first man. Man before he was civilized in any way, when he was just indigenous. And so this is how it starts on all continents. Meaning, every continent you go to, man starts off indigenous, falling in either red, brown, yellow, or black skin tones. They live in the forest amongst the animals. They live as one with the forest. They do not develop the forest into a city. It doesn't matter how long you leave them there, they will never do that. They understand the forest is the ecosystem of this planet and this solar body that we live in. Pretty much indigenous men are the cells within the body of this solar deity. Am I still clear, or is it getting too windy? Am I still clear, or is it getting too windy, like I said? Indigenous man is first man, the beginnings of man in their pure, before they adopt false ideals and separations from one another, wars and things like that. And so when we pull for nationalities and tribes, we help in the separation and the racism that's going on. Meaning everyone who accepts a nationality, everyone that accepts a nationality and claims a tribe of some sort, you are helping with the racism that is happening in the life. If your race is kind of being attacked like the Jews are now, the Chinese, of course in the time the blacks were, pretty much every race you can think of. If your race is going through that, it is because that is the fruits of the labor of falling into nationality. And so you don't want to do that. Peace and wisdom, Tiffany Ella. Hello. And so be mindful. Try not to fall into so many things. You have a lot of cults. I want to explain cults to you guys. Let me know if it's too breezy where you guys can't hear. How you doing? Tiffany Ella said it's windy. I'm not sure if I'm clear, but like I said, I wanted to discuss cults right quick before I sign off. When you're dealing with the beginnings, when they speak of Babylon, so a Babylon is a city. And so when they're speaking of a Babylon, they're speaking of the beginnings of cities and everything that goes with the city. And so when you're dealing with cities or a country or a state, don't get lost, either or. With the Babylon, this being the city, state, or country, comes the religion, this being the cult. This is why in the past you had Isis and Osiris cults. A religion is a cult, and a place that this cult lives is in their city. And so we all live in a cult. This being the city that we live in, this city documents us. Am I clear, or is it too windy? I can always, because this is very important. This is a part of, nationality course that I teach. Like I said, any of you guys can, get a one-on-one. Okay, you guys can hear. When you're dealing with the beginnings of the makings of a Babylon, this being a city, this being a cult, this would be your... So you have like the pyramid complexes. These is like the cult centers, your old cities. Of course, we live in modern day cities. Y'all adopt the nationalities. Y'all adopt all the orders of this city or country that you were born into. In that, you adopt the religion of the country, whether it be Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, whatever. And so, like I said, this goes back to old. Is it just me, or do you guys see like colors in the clouds, like yellow, right there. Like, is it yellow, neon, greenish for you guys in the cloud? Or is it just something that you can see in person? In any event, like I was saying, the religions and things you guys have, they come with the Babylon or the city. And so if you guys were to go to the Amazon rainforest, you would see indigenous man, aboriginal man. Let's say you guys went to Sentinel Islands, you'd see aboriginal or indigenous people. They know nothing of cities and Babylons or the ideals of it. And so just like when the John Call guy, this was the Chinese guy maybe 2-3 years ago, he decided that the indigenous people on Sentinel Islands needed to learn about the Bible. And so he went over there and they killed him. They shot him with an arrow. First they shot his Bible, then they shot him. The point I'm making is indigenous people know nothing of religion because religion has to do with the Babylon. The Babylon being the cult center. So in today's times, a cult to y'all is like if a man decides he has this deep teachings and he wants to get him some land and have all the people come out there and kind of be like his slave in perspective. This is what y'all view a cult like. You say, man, some weirdo trying to get people to get out on land with him so he can rule over them. This is the foundations of what a city is. So what y'all know as a cult is just a minor aspect of what you all live in real life. Meaning, this is why in the Bible it speaks against Babylon how it does. It's explaining to you guys the cities and states that y'all are part of and what they are and how they have done y'all wrong. It's a shepherd thing. Meaning Nimrod. I don't want to say I seen the video. Therefore, if I say something wrong. But I seen a title where Zion Lex said Narmer is Nimrod. Of course, if you go to the Sumerian texts, they associate Enmerkar, Enmerkar. Some of you guys may know him as, I'm not sure how you guys pronounce Enmerkar. I guess y'all pronounce it Enmerkar, but it's like America. Enmerkar. You can look up the pronunciation, then you'll see like, oh yeah, he's right. And so he's associated with the Nimrod as well. Enmerkar. This is who I'm speaking of. He's associated with being Nimrod in Sumerian texts. Of course, Nimrod is your first Babylon builder or city builder. Now, the point I'm making is this. I seen Zion Lex. He made a video. He had a title up. I didn't actually click it. I'll look back at it. But he said that Nimrod was Narmer. Now, I want you guys to grasp. Nimrod is Orion, the constellation up above. Nimrod, which is Orion being a constellation up above, Orion is the archer. You get it? The hunter. Nimrod is the mighty hunter of the Lord. So Nimrod is not a title or a name of a specific ruler of a place, but Nimrod is the pinnacles of rulership. A man ruling other men. You get it? The shepherd of the Lord. Look at all men as God. The ruler of a city is the God of gods. Meaning, he's made sheep out of men. You have sheep and you have the shepherd over these sheep. This has to do with, like, I don't want to say agriculture. The word slipped my mind. But not having to hunt animals anymore where you domesticate them. You get it? And so a shepherd domesticates sheep, basically rule over the animal, and makes money off the animals, you know, wool, meat, etc. The animal being his possession. And so he's ruler or shepherd over those sheep. In the past, the king of a city would have been the shepherd king, to say this man is greater than a man who domesticates sheep, but he domesticates other men. You get it? He's a shepherd king or a mighty hunter, meaning he does not capture animals and domesticate them. He captures men. He is the ruler of a place. I don't think y'all grasp how deep this is. He is like God King. And so this starts up above in the constellations. Orion is that, the mighty hunter. And so all men who fall under the sky that rule a city, meaning adopt the principles and the knowings of how to create a Babylon and bound men to it and all the sorcery that goes with it. So you have to grasp. He would be known as the Nimrod. That would be a king of a city. And so Narmer would be a Nimrod, and Makar, any ancient ruler or present ruler that you can think of would have been known as the title, a Nimrod. This is to say, you get it? He's a ruler. In the Bible, you have a verse. I want to read it for you guys. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. I don't have great service out here, but I'm going to see if I can pull it up. In the Bible, you have a verse where it refers to the Assyrian city, meaning the city of Assyria. It refers to it as the place of Nimrod. And this is to say this is a place of kings and rulers. Assyria being like a country or a continent with your many countries in it, or a country with your many states in it, like America. And so it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up, but I can't. I have no service. And so I believe it's a Bible verse in Micah, however you choose to pronounce it. And so Zion Lex, he's not wrong when he says Nimrod is Narmer. So I don't want you to look at it as I'm discrediting him and he's wrong. I want to be clear on that, because a lot of times I explain things and y'all fall into that naturally. I do have videos where I chop people down and with the wisdom, though. Never personally, but I chop somebody down with the wisdom. But then a lot of times y'all just put everything into that. And so he's not right when he says Narmer is Nimrod. Narmer is not Nimrod, because Nimrod is truly the concept of a ruler. You get it? Nimrod is the foundations of a Babylon, which is a ruler. Meaning you have a city because you have a ruler. He decides he wants to have a city and rule over men. He wants to be the shepherd king. And so you get it? A man wanting to rule in a city, which is a Babylon, go hand in hand. And so you can swap the word Nimrod with the modern day word Orion. You get it? Say Narmer's in Orion. Queen Elizabeth's in Orion. Or a Nimrod. Meaning Nimrod's not an individual person. When the Bible says Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord, it is explaining to you what that word means. You get it? It is not saying Nimrod was a mighty hunter. It's not telling you that's what that person is. It is telling you what that word means. Nimrod, a mighty hunter of the Lord. To say any man that conquers other men. These would be the citizens or the people of his city. Of course, y'all are just born into the city. This is the after. But the before that, you would have your, basically a rainforest or any kind of forest, and your indigenous people running around naked in it to conquer them. They are viewed as animals, no different than a wild boar being domesticated into a pig. You get my point? A bull being captured and then domesticated into cows. Like that. Wild indigenous men being captured and civilized. And you get it? Made to be like us, where we're obedient. And so it's a deep science, it's a deep understanding, but the Bible is not speaking of individuals. The Bible is speaking of the first ofs. Meaning when the Bible say Adam was the first man, it's not speaking of a first individual. It is speaking of indigenous man, or whatever you would view the first series of man to be. When I say series of man, look at us. And look at people who still live in tribes and villages. Because you have every levels or every stage of development of man still currently available. Meaning you still have your ancient man. Or your first man. This is your indigenous people. They run around the forest butt naked. They don't have clothes. They don't have civilization. They're still currently around. You get it? Then you have your second stage of development of man, where they have like tribes, tribal names, and they live in villages, tipi huts, things like this. Not fully developed houses, but they're almost there. You still have people that live like that. And they know nothing of civilization beyond that. When I say live like that, I mean that. They know nothing of civilization beyond that. I don't mean those that know civilization beyond that, but they choose to live like that. But I'm speaking of those that don't know anything beyond that. No different than the indigenous men that run around butt naked currently. They know nothing beyond that. Their ancestors came into contact with colonizers. These colonizers had arrows and bows. And this is the heights of their technology. Meaning since then, they have not come into contact with colonizers or civilized people. And so all they know is that. The last piece of civilization that came into contact with them. And so you have every stage of development of man still currently here. And so when it's speaking of Adam in the Bible, Adam is just a term for all the first men, like your indigenous people. So when colonizers are going into the Amazon right now, colonizing that place, beginning to make cities as we speak, of course, they're taking the resources out first, and it's going to whatever Babylon sent the people. Meaning America has people over there, Europe, Africa, every developed country you can think of has people that they've sent to that rainforest to retrieve resources and build up an extension of their power there. The same way you have an American embassy in China, like, you get it? Like that. So whatever country that is going to be, that being, the Amazon rainforest, whatever countries they develop out of there. Brazil is a country that was developed out of the Amazon rainforest. Meaning if you go back far enough, well, not even that far, but if you go back before 1492, Brazil was just the Amazon rainforest. You get it? Then the trees and things of that part of the Amazon rainforest was cut down and a city or country was built. Slowly over time. And so you have whatever you have left of the Amazon rainforest, and they're over there right now. And so those indigenous people they're coming into contact with are your Adams. Meaning y'all are sinning against. This shit powerful. Y'all sinning against the forefathers for real. Sinning against man and the animals, like it says in the Bible. And so you have to grasp. When it speaks of Babylon and Nimrod, this is deeper than where you guys are taking it. Meaning you guys are not associating it with the place that you live and were born in. And what has been done to you as a mind and many other aspects, is deep. And so, like I said, I have the true you teachings. This is the understandings that we are all yous, YHWH, are you-ish. Meaning that's your nationality if you follow Wusia. When I say follow, I don't mean, online in the fake way, but a real following of that truth. That being the truth of, all the ancient religions we have that have been, altered in things. And so indigenous men are your yous, are your you-ish people. We are their descendants that have been sinned against, meaning our ancestors are those indigenous people, whether you're black or a white nationality. Not every white nationality, but a lot of white nationalities. I'll give you an example. Italians, those from Spain. You get it? Let's say long, long ago, Europe, that continent, it was filled with indigenous people. These indigenous people were yellow and brown in skin tones. Your white colonizers came, mixed and merged in with them, and so of course the descendants are now ranging between white skin tone and dark skin tone. Of course, the lighter skin tone, which looks closer to the colonizers that came, because they're going to leave that place and go back home, but they're going to leave rulership to the lighter skin tone, which is viewed closer to them. The darker skin tones are being viewed as closer to the indigenous man, which is like animals to the colonizers. And so we still live under these same orders, meaning what y'all have is white and blacks or white and minorities are all just indigenous people who have been sinned against. Falling into the orders is truly a deep thing. And so those indigenous people are your yous, meaning YHWH pronounces you. YH, sound it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. WH, woo, woo, woo. You. Of course, in the past, vowels were not allowed to be used in writing because vowels is sound and sound is the creator. And so they spelled you in that way, but this is not to describe you as an individual, but this is to describe the source of all individuals that are born. And so we are all descendants of the divine substance. We call that substance semen. In the past, that substance was called the you. And so all indigenous men would be your you, or your you-ish people. And your first early colonizers, these are your albinos. These would have been your virus invading these indigenous cells. On a real level, meaning you have virus and cells within your vessel. We live within a vessel or a body, and so we are the cells on this level. And so your ancient albinos would have been your ancient virus, mixing and merging in with indigenous man, creating a virus cell line, this being civilized man. They hold viruses within them, right? I'm still clear, let me know. Of course, if anyone wants to give back, click the link in the description. That's the little arrow. If you want to learn the true teachings of self, this being called the True You Teachings, YHWH, that spells you. So when I say the True You Teachings, I'm speaking of that. This has to do with all the religions that we have in today and the true understandings of God and self. And if you want to learn the conscious cleansing practice that goes with it, this is your removal of poverty, your removal of lie from self, of course, on a mental, spiritual, and physical level. Of course, you have your stretches and breathing exercises to help you with this cleansing. This falls along your 90-degree and 45-degree angles. Like I was explaining earlier, our body breaks down into 90-degree angles, meaning my wrists straight. It won't go past, you get it? A 90-degree angle. And so the bend at the elbow, it's the same. When you bend it, you have your 90-degree angle. If you keep bending it, it goes to 45. And so learning the joints in their 45-degree and 90-degree angles is important in terms of your stretching and doing this specific yoga that I do. And so if you want to learn that, like I said, I'm going to start just teaching these things to those that are true, those that support, those that are, real. Let me know if I'm still clear or if it's too windy. Peace and wisdom. As you guys can see, well, I'm not sure if you guys can see, for some reason the camera makes the camera, okay, that's the correct way it looks for me now. Okay, I had it farther back. I have that new Galaxy 51, whatever the number is, I don't know, but it has a full screen and then you can like throw it back. It basically has like a real camcorder camera on it, and so I can record like in real time. But sometimes it slips back, meaning a camcorder, you have to record farther back than a phone. The phone camera is small, so you can be right in their face. It won't seem like you are. But with the real camera, you can't, because, you get it? You have to move back to look like you're close. And so my phone is like that. I have to move back really far to look like I'm up close somewhat. But as you guys can see, the tide is coming in. This whole land gets swallowed up underwater, believe it or not. One day I'm gonna actually stay out here till it goes all the way under. It's a special place, you know. I forgot what tribe used to live here, but One of the Native American tribes, I believe it were the I forgot how to pronounce it, the Angdaga. I forgot what tribe, but this is their place. All of this. Well, it's underwater right now, so you can't see it, but when it's not underwater, all of that. And it goes all the way, far the other way, along the whole river. And so it's a sacred place, a holy place. And so the understandings of Babylon go deep, meaning this has to do with you understanding nationality. Meaning, when I say Babylon and Babylon monkeys, this is deeper than just jokes and games and laugh. In the past, you had a Babylon monkey. It was known as Baba. If you go to ancient Egypt, you have the baboon Baba. This is the beginnings of that understanding. Of course, ancient Egypt, this is one of your first Babylons or cities. And so you have to grasp. It goes deep. All the ideals and sorcery that's put into making a city goes more than just building up buildings. You have to brainwash the people to do work non-stop forever till they die, and then they pass the work on to their children. So it's a deep science that goes into this on a mental level, meaning creating a Babylon, a city. And so if you want to understand your nationalities, I don't want you to get lost. I go into blood as well. So it's not just the categories I've been speaking of, but I explain it through the bloodlines as well, meaning your RH negative and your RH positive. This is the only two blood types you have. On the RH negative side, you have A, B, O, and AB. And on the RH positive side, you have the same A, B, O, and AB. But you only have two blood types. That would be RH negative and RH positive. And it will either be AB, O, or AB. So y'all learn these things more complicated than they are, but it's a matter of y'all learning it from people who truly don't know it. And so y'all learn it confusing. But everything y'all learn is simple. Meaning understanding blood types is simple. That's all you have is two categories of bloods. RH negative and RH positive. And then you have your AB, O, and AB blood types. Them four blood types falling on either side, making them either negative or positive. Then, of course, you have antigens, meaning you have more than those four blood types, but it will still be just those four blood types falling under either two. Meaning you have antigens that make it A or B. You get it? And so you have many different kinds of antigens in A blood. You get it? Giving you many different kinds of A bloods. But if you get my point, it's still just A. Meaning learning blood types is simple. It's not that difficult. And so I teach nationality all the way, meaning through the bloodlines, as well as through indigenous man and, everything you see now, all the nationalities, etc. Where you have a full perspective of what a Babylon is, meaning the city, and what you have been born into. And so, like I said, religion, which is a cult, this comes with the city or the Babylon. It's a part of the mental conditioning of the Babylon. And so there's not a city you'll find that doesn't have a religious center or a religious foundation. And so a lot of the things that you guys teach in today times is truly the things are the sorceries that were put on us. Meaning, y'all are not freeing your people, you are bounding their minds more and more into a conditioning, not realizing it. Let's say you're a Hebrew Israelite. Let's say you're Captain Tazariak. He's not helping his people, but I fully understand he may think he is. You get my point? Like that. Y'all are adopting the colonizers' ideals and things and passing them on, not realizing. This goes back to indigenous man. They do not have those orders. They have a more pure order. And everything is simple, like I always say. You just have to be humble enough to hear. Meaning some people get large followings. I'm not speaking of Captain Tazariak, but I'm just speaking of, like, people that are big. That's why I actually asked you guys to give me a list of, who are the teachers, because y'all listen to all types of people. I don't, so I don't actually know who teaches. I only know like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people. But y'all know, like, y'all be bringing up people I never heard. And so I need like a list to know who do y'all be listening to. And so it's a deep thing, but like I said, you have like a Hebrew Israelite teacher. He may feel like he's teaching the truth, but this is a matter of the pride. He may have a large following now, and you get it? The pride won't let, him come to that conclusion. And so, like I said, most people, you have to start from scratch. If y'all have any questions in regards to anything I said or anything, let me know. Y'all are literally getting to see the tide come in slowly but surely, swallowing up the whole land. It's actually my favorite part of being out here, when it swallows up the whole thing. Tiffany Yella said, I'm excited. Why are you excited? Peace and wisdom, Dwayne Hutchison, it always is. Peace and wisdom, love, Tiffany Yella. I don't want you to take offense, and I don't want you to feel disturbed in any way. So just make sure you're feeling good. If you're going to learn here, you can't be how you are. You kind of say strange things. You learn priestesses. Before I was conversing with you, you was telling me you're an ancient Egyptian priestess that reincarnated, and I don't deal with all of that strange talk. Wisdom is a real thing, not fake talking strange stuff where you getting lost in no strange rhetoric. Like I said, wisdom can, if the self is not cleansed out right, wisdom will make you insane, not wise. There's a thin line between wise and insane. Most people do not cleanse themselves before they start indulging or embarking on the wisdom. And so in that, it scrambles the mind up beyond what you can even fathom. But no one you see here is an ancient Egyptian priestess. An ancient Egyptian priestess is basically someone who deals with the dead. This would be like your netter. And these are not physical beings. These are what y'all would call like angels, or your dead natures in the life. Meaning the netter, those gods and goddesses, are your natures in orders, which is the same thing your angels are. Not to say that these deities are not physically real, but just not in physical life, if that makes sense. But they are physically real, just not in physical life. And so you're not a priestess. No one you ever seen here is a reincarnated ancient Egyptian anything. Everybody you see here is a new spirit pulled forth from the source vibration for the purpose of priestess and all your dead to have life. Meaning we are all divine substances pulled forth so that things like priests and kings and all of these things being dead can have life. And so to give you a real life example, a woman has primordial germ cells in the lower parts of her body. Every month, 20 or 30 develop or become activated, meaning they come out of their slumber or their death every month. 23 or 24 of these primordial germ cells, and one becomes the egg cell. Every month this happens. In Islam, they call this your 30 false dajjals before the true one. And so like I said, every month y'all have this 20 to 30 primordial germ cells becoming activated and one becoming the egg cell. Of course, within men, you have a bunch of dead sperm cells in his lower parts. And when he ejaculates that divine substance, which is semen, that substance raises all those dead entities back to life, and they go to that egg cell. And all of that manifests out as body, meaning the divine substance that brought all the dead back to life is now the conscious spirit in the body, and all that dead life from the egg cell side and all that dead life from the sperm cell side is now all the life within this vessel, which you call your body. And so you are just a sacrifice that was pulled into death so that the dead in it can have life. And so when you guys say y'all are reincarnated this and reincarnated that, I get a little upset because y'all are inquiring that y'all are dead, and y'all are not dead. Y'all have to get out of death. Death is ignorance, and so y'all learn in ignorance and y'all pull for the death. A lot of y'all run around, y'all say Hotep. It's like I explained to you all in the past. Hotep derives from HTP. HTP is like modern day RIP, which is to say rest in peace. It's a phrase for the dead. You get it? Meaning Hotep is a phrase or a greeting. I don't want to say a greeting, but a departure phrase for the dead. It's usually wrote in on dead pharaohs' cartouches and things. It's not associated with the living. You don't say to a living person, Hotep. You're basically telling them, rest in peace. Y'all think Hotep in today's times just means peace. So y'all say, no, it's a greeting. It means peace, like hi. No, it means rest in peace, like you are dead. And so y'all have running around saying this since Sandra Bland got killed. And this is why y'all dying. Y'all are speaking death to one another. Meaning you are telling your own brother and sister, die, rest in peace. You don't realize it though. This is why when y'all say Hotep to me, a lot of y'all get mad in the past. And I say, can you please don't greet me with Hotep? Then y'all get offended. Don't greet me with rest in peace. I don't care if you don't grasp what you're saying or not. That shit real. It's like if I say rest in peace to y'all, but I'm just saying hi. Y'all will be like, I don't care if you don't understand what rest in peace means, Solace. Stop saying that to me. Find something else to say, bro. Like that. And so just imagine if every day I said to you guys, hey everyone, rest in peace. You get it? Y'all would take offense. Like, hold on, he kind of like trying to jinx us, man. It don't matter if you're superstitious or not. Like, why you keep why you keep telling me to rest in peace, bro? I'm alive. And so in ignorance, y'all don't realize when y'all run around greeting each other saying Hotep, y'all are saying rest in peace. And so y'all have been dying. It's deep. Hopefully most of y'all grasp what I'm saying. It's the deep channel. You can't be emotional here. Man, that thing getting close. Almost ain't no more land left, baby. Dwayne Hutchison said that makes sense. Peace and wisdom. Everything I say is truth. I have no agenda. I have no side that I have to make win. We are all the side, and y'all are getting lost in taking sides. And so, all the wisdom y'all follow and have, it's real. Y'all just have to learn it the right way. It's pretty simple. It's not difficult. Meaning in ancient Egypt, science is simple. Ancient Kemetic science, whichever word you like, it's simple. Y'all are just learning it from people who have too much pride to tell y'all, I don't really know it all the way, but I do know whatever they have online and written down. But in terms of understanding what they're saying, no, I don't really grasp it. And so that's where I come in. I grasp what they're saying. It's simple. They're explaining life manifesting forth into existence or coming forth by day from the unconscious. This is your primordial waters or your primordial abyss. Meaning y'all still experience the beginnings every night, the primordial abyss. Y'all just call it unconscious instead of the abyss. This is where all souls meet before they manifest out. So before y'all wake up to start y'all day, we all fall into that abyss. In that abyss, we are all joined and we are all one. You are not an individual when you're unconscious. You don't even know you exist. You can't know you exist because you're not an individual in unconsciousness. You exist now to you because you are an individual, meaning you're your own self. But to merge you in with everything else in life, taking away your individuality, how would you be conscious of yourself? You wouldn't. And so this is what you guys experience when y'all go to the unconscious. This being the veil or the shade before God, meaning God is a real entity that y'all can physically see, but y'all are not in a state to see. And so when y'all go into unconscious, it is to save y'all from what y'all are weak in. Meaning God is real, but God is powerful. And if y'all come before God, I suppose y'all won't have existence no more. So the shade is between. If you go back to the ancient Kabbalah teachings, so they speak of the zimzum or the contraction. This is that same shade or primordial waters, the abyss, that separates all physical manifested things from the unseen source or God, the light. And so you guys never see the light, but y'all see the shade of it. Y'all call that shade of this light unconsciousness. And so when y'all get into the shade of God, this is right before the throne being the light. meaning the shade of Allah is before the throne if you're in Islam. If you're a Christian or someone who follows any Judaic teachings, so you have to refer to the Kabbalah. And so before, or Ein Sof, this is the light. You have the Zimzum separating all 10 Sephirat and all manifestations from that light. And so when you guys fall into unconscious sleep, this is that, literally. Y'all as minds. This is who y'all are as entities. Energies, vibrations, minds. Y'all as minds are not let back before the throne. Y'all get caught in the shade, meaning y'all get caught in the peace of God. Y'all call it unconscious. Y'all know no suffering there. Y'all know nothing there. It's beautiful. I know you feel like, no, unconscious is horrible. No, that's where you go get your charge before the next day. You have no worries when you fall into unconsciousness. Whatever's bothering you today, when you fall into sleep tonight and go into that unconsciousness, you have no worries. You're like, great. You're like getting charged up. And so this is what I mean. Y'all fall into the powers of God, meaning the shade. The shade of God is powerful. Y'all get lost there. Y'all say, I don't even need to go see God. I think I found home here. Like, I found my peace here. Leave me alone. Then y'all wake up out of that abyss to be, I ams or individuals. And so the teachings, the understandings, it goes deep. Peace and wisdom, Tiffany Ella. You said new people come to learn from your teachings, not be judged. Now I want to stop there. I asked you nicely before I said what I said to you to not take offense. I'm not here to buddy up or pat your ass. You're here to learn. And so I want to be clear on that. Now, you weren't judged. Judging you is a judgment. If I tell you you're getting lost in the wisdom, yet you're still seeking it, why are you challenging that or feeling like you're being judged? I don't make judgment. I speak truth. What I said was a truth. Whatever you're learning from whoever you're learning, it's not doing you any justice because you're not making any sense when you speak. And so if you want to learn here, adjust your mind. This is not the priestess channel. This is not the speaking words. You truly do not know the understanding of them channel. You're getting lost into stupidities, then taking offense like you're being judged. And so again, if you want to learn truth, adjust your mind. I don't want to argue with you or have to defend your false, you get it? Your false accusations because you lost in your pride. Don't come here with pride. Again, I asked you nicely before I said what I said to you. And so if you choose to take offense after that, that's on you. But fully understand, I'm over a decade older than you. I'm your elder. And so I'm not sure what's wrong with you young people in today's times, but don't play with me. We good till you start to get out of pocket and lose your place in life. Again, a lot of y'all are over a decade younger than me. You closer to my daughter age. And so I speaking to you the same way I would speak to my child. Y'all be getting lost like y'all equals. I'm damn near some of y'all parents' age. And so come here in the right spirit like you talking to an elder. You like 25 years old or something. I'm 39. That's 14 years older than you. All I'm asking, use the brain, have a little respect, If I'm telling you something, it ain't to judge you or play you out. I'm older. I've been where all y'all been already. With the flip-flopping around, learning falsehoods. I've been there. And so I'm not telling you to judge you or make you feel bad. I'm telling you, if you learn in here, you got to lock and get your mind together. But you can do whatever you want. Sheba the Divine said, what is a priestess channel? No, she used that term that she's being taught by priestess, and she's a reincarnated ancient Egyptian priestess. And so I was just saying, like, this is not the weird, strange talking channel where you like saying words you don't truly understand what they mean. Priestess have to do with the dead. I'm trying to explain that to her. She wants to be lost in the strange things. And so I was just speaking from that perspective. But a lot of people in today are disturbed in their emotional state. That's why I say y'all need conscious cleansing and spiritual cleansings before y'all embark on wisdom. Because wisdom is a matter of someone telling you things, testing your emotional state and things. And if you're getting all worked up and personal and getting disturbed, you're not built for wisdom. You don't even have the proper perspective. Meaning you coming to be told. Y'all come to learn to tell. Like, you have to adjust the mind. If I say the mind is getting scrambled up, it's not an insult. Anyone's mind can become scrambled. In fact, at the end of the day, everyone should do an untangling of the mind and the spirit. Meaning don't go into sleep in that state. And so as I tell you guys, the day starts with the night. And so every night I adjust myself before I go into that abyss. And so a lot of you guys need to do the same and stop taking offense. Stop falling into false narratives that's being painted by people that's envious of the teachings, that feel like their teachings don't measure up. This is where all of that I'm mean and this and that comes from. If you have a brain, you know you've seen teachers curse niggas out and do the craziest things y'all can think of. And so let's be clear, mean don't stop at me. But I'm not the mean teacher. I'm just the real teacher. And so a lot of y'all get lost into that narrative. Well, you don't get lost into the narrative that I'm mean, but y'all get offended and then y'all try to push that narrative out like a jab. Like, oh, you always angry or this or that. That's what I mean. Stop doing that. You can be angry for a moment, but don't feed into the false narrative that ops are trying to push. You get my point? Meaning you may be mad at me at this moment, but don't reach for false, fake narratives that people that are going against the teachings are trying to push out, because they're trying to block people from learning this. It's deeper than just me. When they say he's mean or this or that, this is a narrative that's being pushed out so y'all stay away from the wisdom. It's deeper than me. Y'all are not trying to attach yourselves to me, but it's the knowledge. And so when you get mad for one split second and then you start to reach out and go on a rant, oh, Solace is mean and he did this and that, and truly you just lost yourself for the moment. That's what I mean. Keep everything together. Don't help the opposing side. Meaning, if you want the wisdom from me, don't help the side that is trying to keep you from it. And so, if you learn here, this is the first thing I want to say. Don't judge anyone until you spend a time with them. You can judge a moment, you can judge whatever you choose. But don't judge a person in totality until you spend the time with them. I say that because when you do that, that is a measure of your anger or your envy. You get it? Meaning y'all disturbed emotional states interfere with y'all doing what y'all know is right and what y'all know already just in life. Meaning y'all already know this. Y'all know you can't know a person until you know them. kind of spend a time with them. But y'all will overlook that in moments of envy and anger and just focus on any little aspect you choose. And so I'll say again, if you come here to learn, when you are not here, please apply that. Therefore, when you come here, it will be your natural nature to not judge. Meaning, if y'all apply that in y'all lives, whatever y'all doing, whoever y'all see, whatever, try to get rid of the judging part of self, but just become observant. You get my point? This is the beginnings of wisdom and cleansing the self out. You don't need the judgment. You do need the observation of things, but you don't need the judgment. This is when the self is kind of falling over the ledge. You want to stay on the balance, on the tightrope. Now, Sheba the Divine said, envy isn't a disagreement, Solace. I think you mean disagreeing with me isn't envy. That's what you meant to say. And I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. The way you have it truly makes no sense. Envy isn't a disagreement. We know that. Envy is an emotional state that people feel when they feel they're lacking something that someone else has. You're trying to say, Solace, when people disagree with you, that doesn't mean they're envious. I'm not saying anyone is envious of me. I am saying y'all are envious of the mind and the wisdom. And so when y'all go to disagree, being as though, I don't know why you said that, because she didn't say anything about disagreeing. She was telling me not to judge. But let's stick with what you said, just for clarity purposes. I don't say y'all are envious when y'all disagree. When y'all disagree, I make my point more clearer than y'all make y'all point. Then y'all go on a crazy tantrum. This is the part that's never brought up. And y'all start throwing out jabs like, you think you know everything. You abandon the debate and you go into something else now. Most of y'all do this. You disagree, then I make my point better than you did, then you abandon the conversation and you start going to the, you think you always right, or you have an ego, or this thing or that thing. And so, that's when I say you're envious, because you've abandoned the whole point. I could have did that with you if that's the case, and said, you got ego, you're challenging, you get it? So y'all kind of speak in reverse. Sheba the Divine said, who judges whether it's better? Peace and wisdom, love. No one's supposed to be judging anything or anyone. Everyone is supposed to be observing. Y'all keep challenging the knowledge, never keeping tabs that y'all not on the level. Everything you saying, everything I say, it's better. Meaning it's more experience in the words. It's more clear understanding. But y'all will never stop. I take it as a lot of y'all mistake me as young. I look rather young. I'm not sure how young. I don't know. I look my age to me, but I suppose to y'all I look like 20. Y'all don't understand, man. I have a 20-year-old. Like, when I'm talking to y'all, it's not in a disrespectful manner. Y'all are my kids. Like, I don't have no bad intentions for y'all. You get my point? So if you like 20, 22, 23, snap out of it. You have the wrong perspective. You're not keeping in mind my age. And so on a mental level, I'm older than 39. I'm like 49, 59, 100. Who knows? But keep everything in perspective. Peace and wisdom, dream girl. Sheba the Divine said, I'm almost 40 myself. Peace and wisdom, love. I like older women. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. A lot of y'all fall into that perspective. Meaning y'all come here with the perspective already that solace is mean. You know, the false narrative thing that y'all fall into. And so when I'm explaining things to y'all, y'all be lost in y'all own state. Sometimes I do bother y'all. But then y'all stay on it. Meaning y'all think it's always. So if I ask y'all a question, y'all may take it like, oh, this is a setup or a trick to make me look dumb. Usually it's just a question. I'm trying to get a perspective of how y'all perspective works. So when I'm teaching y'all, I know where to attack. It's like if a person asks a question, so then you know where they are in the mind and how to answer or teach whatever you teach them where they can grasp. Oh, what's up, Miss VIP Love? I was down in Atlanta, man. I had no contact for you. You know I wanted to get up. Sheba said Nala doesn't think that. I'm not sure who Nala is. I'm not sure if that's you or someone else. But like I said, I have a higher level of knowledge than a lot of you guys. And so there's nothing wrong with that. I put the time in for that. I went through things a lot of you guys probably wouldn't be willing to do. Have knowledge on this level. So grasp that. Peace and wisdom, love. Now those of y'all that are older, so the wisdom is mainly for you. Those that are younger, the wisdom is for you too, but you're going to be able to apply it later. It's good to get now, but you can apply it later. After you have certain experiences and, you know, a better understanding of the life you live from living. Peace and wisdom, love. Email me a number so I can contact you. I'm supposed to be coming back out there soon. Some of y'all need to come on out to New York and visit me. No need to wait till I get to y'all city. Hey, Miss VIP, you need to come on out to New York. Whatever money I was going to spend on coming down there, so you can use that. You can use that up here, you and whoever else decides to come. Then y'all can get out here on this land, you know. Relax, get some of that beach in you, some of that beach sand in you. There's a private little beach location over here. Then you have the big main beach all the way on the other side. That's where, you know, all the women be with their thongs on, letting their ass cheeks get darkened. Because, you know, in the wintertime, I suppose y'all ass cheeks get light. I'm not sure how it works. Then in the summer, y'all face get darkened and y'all arms do. I don't know, but they all be out there with their ass cheeks out. And their titties out. Getting them darker. And so I pull on up, I take me a little squat, baby, because ain't nothing wrong with a little art. You know, a woman's body is art. It's like the museum. I go to the beach, I call it the museum. I look at all the beautiful artwork. And New York women, they cold-blooded. Some of them ain't even shaped right now, don't care. They had a whole ass out. Babies running around, baby ass out. Mexicans don't play. Y'all think I'm joking. Every race, blacks, Mexicans. It's like a beach where there's no judgment, no one cares. So like, you'll see a fat motherfucker butt ass naked out there, don't care. Like, you see out of shape chicks. The more fluffier the body, the more, you know, the more artwork you have. Then you see the nice, perfect shaped ones out there. They just all out there. And so, like I said, y'all need to come visit me. Cause when I went to Atlanta, wasn't really nothing happening, man. Y'all don't really got good sceneries that I need. You know, riverside, forest, nice water, nice. You know, I like. It don't have to be deep conversation on wisdom, but I just like real conversation. In Atlanta, y'all are becoming shallowed out, kind of like New Yorkers are, kind of like those who are in Hollywood and LA are becoming shallow. And so when I come to the country, I expect to have deep level conversation. You know, that backyard talk where ain't no pride and stuff involved and talking about what you got and what you got going on, but talking about what you trying to fix and correct with this self and, you know, the real talk. Yeah, you gonna have to take me to a nice nature trail down there. Y'all nature trails ain't like New York got a Native American feel, meaning it still feel tribal up here. You still have areas that just look like they haven't been touched since native indigenous times. And you dig? It's a whole different kind of feel. I don't get that feel out there in Georgia. I get more of a slave feel. Like I get more of the future, like when they were hanging people. And you get it? Indigenous Native American times was over. They was hanging men now. It feel like that out there. But when you come up to New York, it feel like free. You know, we could smoke out here. We could do whatever we want. It's a different energy. Like, niggas out here just shooting. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like I said, out here it's like before you have a system. And so, she said Georgia has been marked. I'm not sure what that means. She said, get closer to the Mississippi, you will see it. Georgia has been marked. I'm not sure what that means. Sometimes good conversation is silent. It's deep. Sometimes y'all sit with y'all spouses. Maybe driving. Maybe just walking. Maybe just sitting. And y'all both be on the same mind space and mind flow. And you know how you chilling with a loved one and then y'all ain't nothing y'all need to say. Y'all just chilling like. They pass you the drink. You was about to ask for one, but you ain't even have to. Because y'all on the same flow. Nobody talking. Y'all just vibing. Whether listening to music or whatever. They just pass you the drink. They already know. Y'all just... So I'll say again, sometimes the best conversations is silent. This is when you get to the pinnacles of comfort. When two people can just sit in the same space silently while interacting with one another. Like how y'all do with y'all spouses. Y'all be in that crib not saying shit to each other. Getting everything done. Yeah? You helping her cooking shit. You cleaning up, sweeping up, she cooking. Y'all ain't saying a word to each other. Y'all in the same accord. Jamming to the same music and all of that. You pass her the blunt like, here. You get it? Like that. Silence. It ain't always about talking to communicate. You know, fellowshipping ain't all about communication. Damn, I can't get a break. I can't get a break from this wind. how close it is. The camera making it look far back. Count my steps. What was that, like 3 steps away? 4 steps away? I'ma be departing soon before I be swimming out here. She said most people are transplants. Y'all are insane in today's times. Wisdom starts with truth of self. Many things that you guys speak of are things that y'all have heard. Like people being clones and transplants and this or that. And so wisdom starts with truth. It's okay if y'all indulge in these things, but when y'all speak them out and push them out as if these is known facts that y'all know of and not merely things y'all heard that y'all like, this is when y'all become lie-filled and a liar. And so these are the things y'all need to be aware of with self. It's not judgment talk. I'm telling y'all, you have to have a compass for the self. Otherwise, y'all will run around here just speaking anything as truths. You'll never get wisdom if you filled up with lie. All the lie has to be removed from self before one piece of wisdom. Wisdom being understanding. Many of y'all need to grasp that. You will not receive one speck of wisdom until all the lie is removed from the mind. You say, what's lie, Solace? Y'all believe in stuff that have not been proven to y'all, and y'all are losing sight of that. In that, y'all are being blocked from understanding the life that's right before y'all eyes that y'all live. And so if you seek to be wise in this life or learn truth and know things from the self's knowing, you have to remove the lie. Meaning when Sheba the Divine said most people are transplants, this is a lie. This is something she heard. But she's never witnessed any transplantings, and you get it? How those waves look to y'all? It's so soothing. See, the cool thing about out here, I could strip down and get in. I could bring a boat, paddle off. It's deep. I forget some of y'all are Babylon, you know, monkeys. And so y'all probably like, damn, what is there to do out there? Anything you want. Cook, meaning bring a fishing rod, catch some fish, have your grill, get to grilling it, get to making yourself some rice. You can dig a fire pit out here. Bring your little pot in your trunk in the cover. Get to boiling some rice. We did it last summer over there in the cut. They made everything from scratch. I watched them catch the fish and everything. And so it's a lot to do. Come out here, you have a boat, a jet ski, whatever. Tide come in a little bit and just slide off. And so the wilderness is not a boring place. You just have to, have a childish spirit to enjoy it. Don't get lost. That's new water coming in. Life has its own toilet system. When the tide comes in, this is new water. When the tide goes out, this is like the life flushing. It's deep. So this the new water's coming in, Yeah, I love the sound as well. But more than the sound, I love the feeling, meaning there's a lot of wind that comes with the waves. Kind of slaps you all in your chest and stuff. That's good energy. Especially with that sun over in the west shining down. If some of y'all were out here right now and I said lay a blanket and lay down, y'all would fall asleep instantly. Like, it's hot today, but it feels so cool and nice right here. I don't think y'all understand what this world is. This is like y'all home. Y'all house ain't y'all home. That's y'all tomb for the evening when y'all fall into y'all unconscious death. But outside of that, y'all home is the earth. And so some of y'all need a nice good night's sleep out in the nature. Fresh breeze. It'll do you wonders. All starts at the level of airs. And so y'all need that fresh air and that fresh soil, Meaning y'all need to feel that ground. Not the concrete, the ground. Get a little fire going for balance, Cool air, hot flame. And relax. And heal. This is the beginnings of inner healing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slide out within the next 2 or 3 minutes. Otherwise, I'll be like wet. And so hopefully you guys, stay in good spirits. I'll come back in an hour or two and break down some deep science. Some deep knowledge. No, I won't. I'm sorry. But enjoy y'all day anyway. It's a deep thing. Big Usia.